Wouldn't it be great to integrate line of business solutions with SharePoint features such as security, calendars and scheduling? The Contoso Events app shows you how to do just that. The app stores event planning data that is too complex for inclusion in SharePoint calendar items in SQL Azure tables, and it provides different levels of access to members of a SharePoint site based on their security groups and roles. The additional planning data includes agenda items, lists of attendees, collateral that is to be stored in Windows Azure Blob Storage, and schedules for presenters if appropriate. The first thing to note is that the app has provided a new ribbon control for a calendar in the host SharePoint site. I'll click this Custom Coordinate Event button and the app user interface is rendered. I'll add an event and specify the required title for what will be a product launch event. I'll provide an optional location and city because that information will be shown in the at-a-glance view of the event. A really cool feature is showing on a map where the event will be held. I'll enter a zip code and the app uses the Bing Maps API from the Azure Marketplace to render the location. I can zoom in to pinpoint the location. The from and to fields are required, and I can use the calendar pop-ups and time pickers to select when the event starts and when it ends. Now that I've provided the required data, I'll click Save, and two main things happen. Firstly, you can see that the event is added to the app, and secondly, when I return to the SharePoint site, you'll find that a new calendar item has been created. This item is synchronized with the data in the app and provides an easy overview of all planned events to site users in the SharePoint site. I'll return to the app and work on this event. For example, I'll click the agenda icon to manage the running order for this event. I'll begin by adding an agenda item in the Fluid UI. I'll provide the required title for this item and then I'll save it. Editing an item is just as easy and fluid, so I'll update this title and click Save. I've added two more agenda items, and a key part of the user experience is the fluid drag and drop actions for managing data. For example, this welcome item should really occur before the keynote session, so I'll reorder them quickly and easily. Then I'll save the order. The fluid way that you've seen for managing agenda items applies to inviting attendees, scheduling presenters and providing refreshments and meals. Working with collateral is a different concept though. I can upload multiple files to be associated with this event in a single operation. For example, I'll upload some product images and a flyer to be used to advertise the launch event. The key thing to note is that these files are stored in Azure Blob Storage, which incidentally is why the app was developed as an Azure web role and not just a simple site. Another thing I'll do as an event manager is to delegate coordination duties to a colleague who is not an event manager in their own right. I can use an engaging drag and drop user interface to control who can work on event plans for this event. By dragging members to the left-hand list, they are allowed to manage this event, and if I want to remove a coordinator, I can simply drag them out of the list again and I'll save my changes. Now that you've seen some of the features of the app, go ahead and explore the Design and Build tabs to learn more about how it was put together. Then download the app and start playing with the code.